Hey everyone, welcome. If you want to grab all the mats and cushions that you need, and just fill up the room from the front if we can. That's it. Yeah, just keep moving forward with your mats and cushions. There's space for us all. Yeah, come forward a little bit. Maybe just encourage the person behind you as well. Welcome. Hi, Chief. So yeah, just checking while we're getting set up. This class is for people who they've done the mindfulness of breathing before. You're fairly familiar with the stages. Yeah. Cool. And can I just ask as well, if you've got your phones with you, do you mind turning them to at least to airplane mode? Ideally off completely. Everything will still be there at the end of the class on it. That's great. Yeah. Just take a moment. Just grab everything that you need. And then, once you've got everything, we're going to salute the shrine together. So you don't need to get into meditation posture just yet. Save your knees for a minute or two. Right, so we'll salute the shrine and call the response together. Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Dharmaya.
Namo Dharmaya.
Namo Sanghaya.
Namo Sanghaya.
Namo Namah.
Namo
So warm welcome to you all, and warm welcome to anyone who's tuning in online as well. We're live on YouTube as well, which I always wonder when I'm sitting here is how long that's actually going to be on YouTube for. We could be on there for centuries. So hello if you're tuning in 200 or 300 years time from now. Anyway. We're going to do a class tonight. I thought we'd have a look at effort, specifically effort in meditation. So I'll say a little bit about that, but we're going to do a fair bit of meditation tonight. So it's going to be a bit of a practice evening. So we'll do a little meditation just to settle in together now. I'll lead us through that, and I'll say a little bit, and then we'll meditate some more. Okay. So if you just want to settle into your posture. Make sure you've got everything you need. So just beginning to find your posture and just settle into it. Yeah, maybe take a few deeper and slower breaths. And just begin just by just taking a few moments, just by not doing anything at all. It's always good to start off a meditation, just allowing yourself to settle down and seeing how you are. What you bring into the meditation. You don't have to do anything right now. Not even meditate. You just begin to have a sense of arriving onto the cushion or the chair, into the room, into your body even. And just beginning to have a sense of your body as a whole. How you feeling the general shape of it. The weight of your body. Perhaps just imagine just giving a little more of the weight of your body to the support of the ground or the chair below you. And just beginning to have a sense of just putting down whatever you've been carrying around all day. And just leaving that behind. And just begin to come into contact with all the different sensations of the body. As though you're experiencing your body from the inside. Maybe there's somewhere you can feel that more prominently than in other parts of the body. But just see if you can expand that out to include more and more of the body. Just getting a sense, just experiencing yourself as just one big cloud of different sensations and energies. And just gently gathering your attention around all the different sensations in your face. Or you just imagine loosening any kind of expression that you might feel yourself holding on to. So it could be in the forehead or all the little muscles around the eyes. Or the jaw as well. Maybe just allowing the tongue to loosen up too. Perhaps you can just about feel your pulse very subtly moving through your top lip if you can. You just imagine your shoulder blades, just imagine what it would feel like for them to slide a little further down your back. Just gently easing down your back. Just allowing the chest to open up as well. Can you let go of any subtle gripping in the lower back too? Just notice what it feels like to let go, or even just to imagine what it would feel like to let go. Just becoming aware of the belly as well, both inside and out. Just noticing any sensations in the hands as well. Perhaps you can just see if you can just feel all of your fingers one by one. From this much broader sense of awareness now of the upper body, just imagine just flooding the lower body with awareness now. Just like a coloured dye moving through water. Just noticing the hips and the thighs, the shins, the calves, Any sensations in your feet as well. Perhaps you can just imagine that awareness just going just beyond sort of points of contact with the ground and the cushion, and just a few inches into the ground as well. Really anchoring you to this really solid, stable base and support of the earth below you. You also be aware of any sounds in the room, or even lack of sounds. So you can just be aware of them just simply as sounds without trying to label or identify them. Maybe any images or shapes or colours in your sort of visual sense, even with your eyes closed. Perhaps any subtle tastes or smells in your experience too. Just staying with this broader awareness now, just beginning to notice the sensations of the breath, where you can feel them in the body. So it could be where they enter and leave the body, or in the chest as it moves up and down, or even as it just touches the bottom of the abdomen. So wherever you can feel that most prominently, just stay with those sensations, while staying with this broader sense of awareness of our whole experience. So if you find your awareness narrowing at all, just relax your effort a little bit and come back to the body and the breath, and just allow for a little bit of space around it. So just beginning to let go of the effort that you're making, but staying in meditation just for the final minute or so, just sitting and doing nothing. Just allowing yourself to let go and really absorb and enjoy the fruits of this practice that you've just done together. Open your eyes when you're ready. You can come out of your meditation posture as well. Just save your knees for a few minutes. So yeah, hi, I'm Jayada, for those of you who haven't met me or don't know me. It's lovely to see you all tonight. And hello again to those online. I've been thinking a fair bit and looking at my own effort that I sort of make or sometimes don't make in meditation, and sort of reflecting on that a little bit. So I thought I'd do a little class tonight looking at that. Before I say anything about that, there's a story I thought I'd tell you all, which is from the Pali Canon. So it's of the Buddha. So he comes across a monk called Sona, who has been practicing really hard. And the Buddha meets up with him, and they get into a conversation. Sona's telling him about how hard he's been practicing, how difficult he's finding it. He's really, really striving and going for it. And there's an image in there. So I guess he's been doing lots of like walking meditation. And his feet are just cut to shreds, they're bleeding, and he's telling the Buddha about this. And the Buddha notices this about him. And so the Buddha, if you haven't read much of the Pali Canon, which is like the Buddha's earliest, well, it's sort of what is kind of believed to be the word of the Buddha. You find that he's a master, absolute master at using lots of different images and metaphors to communicate things. And as it turns out, Sona, before he was a monk, he was a musician. So he used to play the lute. So the Buddha gives him the image of the strings on a lute and tuning the lute. So he says if the strings are too tight, how does the lute play? So it's out of tune, isn't it? And if they're too loose, how do you think it sounds as well? And again, Sona says, it sounds dreadful. It doesn't work. So the Buddha explains how the strings, i.e. the effort, they've just got to be not too loose and not too tight, just to get the perfect tune out of the lute. And it's the perfect image for the effort that we need to make in meditation. So Bhante Sangharakshita, he says that the effort should be not too forcible. So it should be there's a lot of effort that goes into your intention in meditation and the preparation, which we've kind of just done together now. We've settled a little bit. And if you can do that just right, you should only need to make a very subtle effort in your meditation. Yeah? Kind of like the effort, it should have direction. It should have direction and focus, but it should be very gentle as well. A bit like, imagine holding a bubble or trying to catch a bubble in your hand. You'll be really focused, haven't you? But you can't grasp at it. You to just let it sort of land gently into your hand. It should be kind of like that. So it's just this little touch. So what I've found, see if any of you relate to these in our effort. So if the strings of the lute are too loose, have you ever found yourself drifting around? What we do, we'll drift around. Yeah, I've been on retreat. I've been on retreats where you could quite easily sit like this for a week or so, but my mind, it's like you've got this. It's like this personal home entertainment system you've got, isn't it? You just close your eyes and you can just go wherever you want in your memory or your imagination. It's very seductive, isn't it? Like my personal favourite is to get it's to drift around, is to get caught up in nostalgia. You get all these old memories come up, and it's like, oh, it's brilliant. You can go back to being any age you want, can't you? So if our effort's too loose, we can just sort of drift and float like that. Has anybody sort of done that? Anybody recognise that? Yeah, lots of nods. No one's brave enough to put their hand up. And then again, if the strings of this lute in the image, if they're too tight, we can find our effort can become either too narrow, too coarse, or a bit too forced. So if it's too narrow, you can sort of find yourself just really forcing yourself to just focus on whatever the object of your meditation is. So tonight it's going to be the breath, and you just find your whole awareness can become too tight, can't it? And if it's too coarse, it could be that we're not quite prepared or settled enough in our meditation. So say if you've been listening to Metallica or something and dancing at the same time, and then suddenly sit down to meditate, what do you think it's going to be like? Yeah. So it's kind of, if you've had a really busy day, it takes time, doesn't it, for the mind to settle down. And sometimes I think it can be a little bit too forceful as well. Have you ever found that? So it's like you're trying to really sort of force your mind into a different state, usually like a higher state in meditation. Maybe you've experienced it before or something and you find yourself going after it. Has anybody found that experience of just starting to feel like they're going a little bit deeper, and then suddenly like you part of you's like, oh brilliant, and boof, it's gone, isn't it? So that's kind of when our effort's too forced. So a way to sort of counteract all this, I can't say very much about this. We're just going to have to practice it in meditation. So to sort of balance our effort a little bit, we need to kind of, we had a little, I sort of touched on it then in that meditation that we did then. So you need to sort of cultivate this much broader awareness of sort of your whole experience, and kind of rest with that, and just sort of bring your breath into that as a part of that. Yeah, so as opposed to sort of forcing your attention onto the breath, just see if you can include that in a much wider sort of experience of yourself. Yeah, and that can be a sense of our body, how we are, what we're bringing to it, what sort of feelings or emotions, and try and tune into this like much gentler sort of subtle sort of sense energy that's in the body. It's always there, but there's some of us feel it in different places. I mentioned it there. I feel it in the pulse. I can feel it in my top lip. But so you just look through the sensations of your body, and you just tune into that sort of much subtler sort of sense of vitality. And lastly, just before we'll meditate in a moment, just sort of not sort of trying to force yourself to go a little bit deeper. Like goal setting can be a bit of a thing in meditation. It's good to like just have this attitude while you're meditating of like, just what do I have to do now, just to nudge myself just a tiny bit more deeper or more forwards than I am now. So you can stay with that experience. Sometimes it can be, I find that an indirect method can sort of help with that. So it can be like just to even imagine what it would be like to go a little deeper, a little bit more into my experience. Just imagining it actually takes me deeper into it. Yeah, rather than this sort of forced effort trying to get our weight behind it. Does that make sense? Cool. So let's do the mindfulness of breathing. We'll do the full practice together we'll settle in again for a few minutes, and we'll do the full practice for like 20, just over 20 minutes together. So if you just if you need any more cushions, you've got time to just grab them. So I won't say very much. So just to summarise, try and stay with this broader sense of awareness, and if you notice yourself that tightening or narrowing, you can just see if you can just ease up on the effort that you're making a little bit, and just see if you can allow for a little bit of space around that. So just take a few moments just to settle into your posture again. Just having a sense of the weight of your body on the cushion or the chair, and just give a little more of that weight to the support of the ground below you. Just be aware of how you're feeling and what you bring into the meditation. And just setting an intention just to work with that. Whatever it might be, without trying to forcefully change it. Just see if you can just work with that in a sort of gentle and subtle way. Yeah, just feeling through the body for any sort of gripping or tension. So you can just loosen around that a little bit. Maybe particularly around the eyes or the jaw. The shoulders as well. So just becoming aware of the breath and the sensations of the breath. So if you find your awareness sort of narrowing at any time in this meditation, so you can just bring awareness to that and just allow for a little bit of space around it and just relax your effort. And the mindfulness of breathing. So just beginning to let go of the effort you're making, but just staying in meditation for another minute or so and just sitting. Just sitting and absorbing any fruits of the practice that we've just done together. Okay, so we're gonna pause and have a cup of tea together next door now. And when we come back, I'll say a little bit more about effort, and we'll do some more meditation. Perhaps we just keep this as a silent space while we're leaving, just if anybody wants to sit on in here for a little bit longer. Yeah. Okay, great. Hey everyone, welcome back. Thank you, Dan Arthur. Yeah, welcome back. Let's do a little meditation together for 5 minutes, just to settle back in. So yeah, just find and just settle into your posture. You just start off just taking a few moments just to get that sense of settling the body back into stillness again. You just imagine what it would be like for your body to settle down and into complete stillness. And you can begin to just notice the sensations of the breath again. Just simply notice them. You don't have to try and change them or do anything. Just notice the breath. And wherever you can feel those sensations of the breath, just expand your awareness of them. So you just experience them throughout the body, so the whole body's breathing. Okay, so welcome back everyone. Welcome back if you're tuning in online. So yeah, before we had tea together, then we were looking at our effort, weren't we, in meditation. So I gave the story, didn't I, of the Buddha and Sona, the lute player. So he described, how the strings of the lute can be too loose or too taut, as a analogy or metaphor for our effort. And when we were meditating just then, I was actually, it just came back to me. I thought of a couple of instances in the Buddha's life story as well. Are you sort of all familiar, or at least vaguely familiar with that? Where he through his striving, there was just too much effort, and he realised this, and then decided to stop and try something else. So there's the example of when he's practicing the extreme asceticism. Do you all know about that? So he practiced all these extreme austerities and self-torture, didn't he, for years, and he became the most. Well, he's actually said he was the most famed of all the ascetics in India. He was the most famed for practicing the most extreme methods. So there's an example of this, like Sona and his feet bleeding for meditation. It's another example of just really like striving and trying too hard. The Buddha was trying to. Well, he had a. I think he knew he was trying to gain something that he was the one to discover enlightenment. So you can't even say he was trying to gain enlightenment. He was trying to just completely liberate his mind. And he knew there was something. He was trying all these extreme methods, but he knew that he did that to the point of death. And at some point he had to stop and try a different method, because that just striving like that just wasn't working. So we don't have to go to such extreme measures tonight while we're doing the mindfulness of breathing. But yeah, it's another example of that, and so it's not just what I'm not saying is it's not just in meditation. I'm not just saying just relax guys. You still have to make some kind of effort, but it should be a really sort of focused yet gentle, subtle effort that we're making. But you really do need this focus as well. There's another example of that came to mind as well. So just after the Buddha sort of changed his ways from practicing those sort of like extreme asceticism, he sat down to meditate again after having regained his strength, and he swore to himself. Have you heard it when he said, "Flesh may dry up, my flesh may wither, my blood dry up, but I will not move from here, until I will not move from this spot until I've gained enlightenment." So that's another example of that there's a goal in there as well. There's an aim, and there's effort in there as well. But it was from that he had that vision, didn't he, of being under the rose apple tree as a child, where his father was ploughing the fields, and he, from this happy memory, he felt directly the pleasure of that happy memory, and he realised from that was the path. It wasn't through sort of striving that way. It was sort of relaxing and enjoying and finding pleasure as well, and he realised that was the way. And then from there on, he gained enlightenment. So there's this sort of balanced sort of effort that we're trying to make. So it's not forcing. Like I said, it's like in meditation, you can ask yourself, just what is it that I need to do, just to sort of just edge a little bit forwards from here now. Yeah, whilst being in touch with this sort of much wider, much broader, experience of our experience. Yes, it's through the body, and through the energy of the body as well. So does that make sense to you? Yeah, good. Has anybody got any quick questions quickly about that? I'll give us another direction in a bit before we meditate. Yeah, what's your name?
Shelly.
Hello, Sue.
Hi. Yeah, I guess my question is, what if you don't know what you need to do to nudge yourself?
What if you don't know what you need to do? That's a really good question. You can't. What happens is to get forward. You can think the next thing will arise out of cultivating the state that you're already in more fully. So without thinking about, it's very easy to get into sort of, you try and leapfrog your experience. But if you can just sort of absorb and dwell in and kind of that's the word, saturate yourself in your current experience, the next sort of stage, or you'll just naturally deepen like that. It's so easy to get caught in that. You're trying to leapfrog to the next thing. That's when your effort can become more forced. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah.
How did he know what enlightenment looked like if he was theoretically the first one who achieved it?
Well, he's the Buddha, so he's an extraordinary practitioner already. He knew there was something more, you might say. There had to be a way from what he's described as suffering, and he knew there had to be a way to, something else. You know, famously in his life, so he saw the four sights, didn't he? So it was like old age, sickness, death, and the other one. I'm terrible with what? Yeah, the holy man. I'm terrible with lists. As soon as you give me a list, I automatically forget one of them. So yes, there's old age, sickness, death, and he saw the holy man. And it was the first three sights that sort of he just saw them deeply, and he knew that that's what life amounted to. It ended in old age, sickness, and death. If you're lucky, you get older, but you just get older and older. And he knew there had to be something more. And that was the sort of quest that he went on. Yeah. Got time for one more? Okay, good. Let's meditate again. We're going to do the mindfulness of breathing again. But in this meditation, look out for any sort of signs of forcefulness. Yes, it could be like gripping in the body, or your awareness narrowing a bit, or you just going into distraction. And just see if you can just open up a little bit around that. Just sort of relax around that, and make to make a sort of gentle effort around that to sort of bring yourself back, and just keep doing that as necessary. Yeah. And also, see if you can just look for any sort of signs of pleasure in the body as well. Sort of signs of pleasure in your experience, and just see if you can just dwell in them and bring a little bit more awareness around them without grasping, without making too much of an effort around that. Just see what happens if you can open up around that a little. So we're going to do the mindfulness of breathing. Again, I'll ring some bells, and then towards the end of the fourth stage, I've got a special bell here from Liam, which I'll test. Actually, I'll ring that, Liam. And then Liam's going to start us off in the Shakyamuni mantra. And then we'll all join in with that, and then we can come up and make an offering. And I just suggest, while you're doing that, just sort of maybe think about what the Buddha means to you. Or you can even just look at the image of the Buddha here and just see how that lands with you, how you respond with that. Yeah? Okay, so just settling into your postures again. Maybe just start off taking a few deeper breaths. And just having a sense of the body, or all the sensations of the body again. Maybe just feeling for any gripping or tension. Be aware of any thoughts or emotions. Mindfulness of breathing.
Shakyamuni Swaha. Om Muni Muni Mahamuni 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 Shakyamuni Swaha.
Okay, that's the end of the class this evening. If you just help us out by just putting the mats and cushions back, that would be really helpful. And yeah, if you haven't already done so, yeah, maybe think about making a donation if you're able to on the way out. There'll be some bowls on the way out. It just goes towards well, helping us put on what we do here. Yeah, we won't be able to do it without your donations. And if you're unable to make a donation, yeah, just keep coming back. Yeah. So go well.
Thank you.